Thank you for joining us for the weekend edition of National Focus. I am Lourianne Graham Carter. Coming up, NEPO makes hurricane preparedness a priority, contractor secured for Cabrits Resort Kempinski, and the zoologist presentation on the purple-throated hummingbird could advance knowledge for forestry officials. Stay with us for the details of these and other stories after this.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. Got it? Taking care of us can be so easy.
Take good care of the children.
Thank you for staying with us. The National Emergency Planning Organization NEPO held a meeting to discuss the official start of the 2016 Atlantic hurricane season. The meeting was held at the Emergency Operations Center on Friday. NEPO, the agency in Dominica responsible for disaster management, meets ahead of the start of the season to review the state of preparedness. Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit believes that it is very important for emphasis to be placed on getting prepared for the hurricane season.
We have to take this hurricane season seriously, not only because of the seriousness of the storms, but the fact is our country still remains largely vulnerable as a result of Tropical Storm Erica. So we're not, from an environmental standpoint, on strong footing as we were before August 27 of 2015. And it would require a greater level of responsibility on our part and focus on our part to ready ourselves. Because the point is we have no control over any disaster from occurring. We can't stop it from happening. We can minimize the hazards, and we can minimize the impact by our preparation and taking note of the things that we ought to be doing together as a country, and to mobilize the rest of the country to minimize and to eradicate the hazards that are present in our communities.
Minister responsible for disaster management, Honorable Raymond Blackmore, says citizens should always be prepared for the hurricane season. The minister believes hurricane preparedness should be a national effort.
We want to ensure that all the organs of the National Emergency Planning Organization are fully functional and that will move into high gear with the preparation activities and your ability to respond as we move into the season, particularly when we get to the peak of the period in the late part of July of this year. And of course, before it was said October was all over, but we can no longer say that, Mr. Cecil. I say we have the July to October, but you may recall a number of years before that we had very terrible events that were actually in November. We can recall a couple years ago, Christmas Eve, so I mean, the world has changed and it's changing.
Honorable Blackmore spoke of the destruction of Tropical Storm Erica and hopes that lessons will be learned from this experience.
Dominica is not an easy place to develop. It's very difficult terrain, and of course, I know that some of the work we have done, tremendous work we did in actually trying to build our infrastructure. You may recall before Erica, we had gotten to the point where we were 65% insofar as our minerals are concerned, into perfect condition. But you know what Erica did to us? So we are not shaken to a point where we cannot bounce back, sorry. And I'm hoping that we will take this thing seriously. I'm hoping that we have learned from Erica, and we're not going to revert to old practices.
Acting National Disaster Coordinator Fitzroy Pascal stated that the period leading up to this event has been fruitful. He noted that preparations for this hurricane season is more intense, referencing the devastation caused by Tropical Storm Erica.
NEPO meets annually before the hurricane season. We are hoping that we could see an increase in the frequency of meetings also at the subcommittee levels. There are 9 subcommittees and there are chairpersons, and they provide information to the NEPO for proper functioning.
In other major news, NH International Caribbean Limited has been announced as the company to execute the construction of the Cabrits Resort Kempinski. The Trinidad-based company is known for quality building and civil engineering projects. NH International will be the main structural contractor for the project. Vice Chairman of Range Developments Mohamed Asaria in a press release this week stated, quote, "We have achieved an important milestone today with the award of the structural construction contract to this highly rated firm with decades of experience in the Caribbean." End of quote. In February 2014, the government of Dominica and Range Development signed a memorandum of understanding for the construction of an over 100-room high-end luxury brand hotel. This was the first MOU signed under the investment arm of the Economic Citizenship Program. International luxury hotel brand Kempinski partnered with Range Development in this venture. The agreement with Kempinski for the construction of the over 100-room resort funded by the Citizenship by Investment Program was signed in November 2014. The resort is a major project for the Commonwealth of Dominica and will be Kempinski's first luxury hotel in the Caribbean. Over 500 workers will be engaged in the construction of the Kempinski Resort. According to the Managing Director of NH International, John Connor, the NH team is looking forward to working with Range Developments and the people and government of Dominica to deliver the Cabrits Resort Kempinski, Dominica. The Cabrits Resort Kempinski Dominica is scheduled to be completed in 2018. On to other news now. Cuba Educated Health and Environment Minister Dr. Kenneth Daru wants to make it very clear that a Cuban-sourced education is as valuable as certification from any other country. Minister Daru was speaking to GIS News on the 20th anniversary of formal ties between Cuba and Dominica on Wednesday, May 18.
I remember going to Cuba in 1997, yes, and there were like 20 of us in that particular group, and from the last time I counted, probably 15 of that group are probably somewhere in the U.S. Some of them would be doing the second specialty, the second postgraduate program. So this myth that, of course, once you study in Cuba, that it's only tailor-made for the Cuban medical program, I think it's a myth that I really need to take this opportunity to dispel, because while over the years this stigma has sort of been dissipating slowly, but there are still certain sectors, certain individuals here, I'm sure you know, who would be really kind of looking down, for want of a better expression, on the Cuban program. And as I said, as I tell young people that if I had to do it all over again, I would do it without any hesitation to go back to Cuba to study.
Scores of Dominicans have earned degrees, specialized in medical fields, and undergone advanced professional training in Cuba in dozens of subject areas. Cuba is internationally renowned for its medical internationalism program. Since the 60s, Cuban medical personnel have been sent overseas, particularly to Latin America, Africa, and the tropical Pacific. Medical patients and students are also being brought to Cuba through this program. Cuba has more than 30,000 health personnel, including no less than 19,000 physicians in 103 countries. The island provides more medical personnel to the developing world than the 7 leading industrial countries combined. You are watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Glad to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. The Forestry, Wildlife and Parks employees are now more knowledgeable on the subject of hummingbirds and heliconias, or lobster claw flowers, of the Lesser Antilles. On Friday, May 20th, officers and supervisors alike attended a lecture headed by ecologist Ethan Temeles, who is a professor of biology and environmental studies at the Amherst College in the United States.
Today I talked about the research that I've been conducting on the purple-throated carib hummingbird and its two heliconia or Baosier food plants. And what makes this such a remarkable animal and plants to study is that the males and females of the species have very different bill sizes and shapes. The male bill is short and straight, the female bill is much longer and more curved, and the work I've done shows that each sex is really specialized for feeding at and pollinating one of two species of heliconia food plants. And this is really probably the best example in the world of a sex difference, a difference between males and females that really is driven by feeding ecology more than anything else.
The function is also attended by Director of Forestry, Wildlife and Parks, Minchinton Burton, local environmentalist Arlington James, and others. Professor Temeles describes what brought him that those talks grow and expand to the benefit of the Cuban people.
I really wish them well, because I mean, those of us who visited Cuba and would know as to some of the struggles that the Cuban people have to face, that they deserve a lot, because they're very hardworking people, very innovative people, and that they do deserve some sort of emancipation, so to speak, economic emancipation. And I'm really hoping that pretty soon that the U.S. government, the authorities will finally decide to lift the embargo, and really wish their new relations well.
He went further to extend good wishes to revolutionary former Cuban leader Fidel Castro and his successor and brother Raul Castro.
I really don't think you can put a monetary value to it, and we really would like to wish the comrade Fidel Castro well. I mean, I know he's in his twilight years right now, but I'm really hoping that he can continue, and I really want to say kudos to his brother also, Raul, who took right over from where he left.
Let's now join Jana Hector for a recap of the week's headline stories.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, the Honorable Minister for Tourism, Senator Robert Tong, and Parliamentary Representative for the Portsmouth constituency, Ian Douglas, have both hinted at a new venue for Jazz and Creoles 2017. The 7th edition of Jazz and Creole was staged at the Cabrits National Park at the Fort Shirley in Portsmouth on Sunday, May 15th. Director of Telecommunications Bennett Thomas has challenged the telecom sector to increase Dominica's broadband access to 95% by January 2017. Thomas believes the marketing approach of service providers has accelerated the use of technology among citizens and greatly enhanced access to the internet. Currently, local broadband access stands at 26%. This week, the Commonwealth of Dominica and the Republic of Cuba celebrated 20 years since they formalized bilateral ties. The fruits of the relationship between Cuba and Dominica are everywhere, both tangible and intangible. Dominica hosted a reception this week to mark the occasion. Effective Monday, 23rd May 2016, traffic will be redirected for the reconstruction of the West Bridge. Just a month ago, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, at a groundbreaking ceremony for the project, announced that work would begin this month. The new traffic route will take effect on Monday. President of the Association of Music Professionals, McCarthy Marie, says plans are underway for the certification of aspiring music professionals participating in the Music Professionals workshops. They have so far learned songwriting and sound engineering. The 3 two-week workshops are organized by AMP and funded by the government of Dominica. These were some of the headline stories making the news this week. For details of each of these stories and others, visit our website or Facebook page. Back to you, Lourianne.
Thank you, Jana. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is up next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moins c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, organisation NEPO joint Jodéa a une manière pour mettre mise en place pour saison cyclone l'année 2016. Comme la coutume, NEPO a toujours joint avant saison cyclone commencer. Plusieurs agences et puis départements délivrent report ça responsable travail en temps cyclone. M. Cecil Shillingford, c'est consultant gouvernement l'office NEPO.
Nous avons un grand meeting avec tout MAM NEPO, ça c'est National Emergency Planning Organization, pour regarder comment ils ont traité les affaires pour préparation pour un cyclone qui a approché bien vite. Nous avons un report c'est différents MAM, différents AM, si vous voulez qui est ça. NEPO, Food and General Supplies, Telecommunications, Shelter, des bagages comme ça. Comme on dit en meeting là, moi pas satisfait qui NEPO ka joindre souvent assez. C'est les autres membres là aussi, ils pas ka joindre souvent. So moi ka mandé yo actuellement pour joindre tous les cas. So yo kene 4 meetings pour une année.
Sinon, M. Shillingford, meeting là, c'était pour garder préparation Dominique pour saison cyclone là.
C'est pour garder où la nouille, avec ça nous est pour faire, pour ensure, pour assurer que tout le monde bien préparé pour un cyclone qui a approché. Mais vous savez, il a venu derrière Tropical Storm Erika, nous l'année passée, nous avons un concern contre ça parce que vous savez tout live bien haut, siltation bien haut, et comme ça. So, si nous avons la pluie, nous avons flooding, et comme ça. So, c'était pour un planning meeting pour nous là nous nous besoin aller.
En autre nouvelle, ça fait où la musicien Dominique a tapé twinnement ses bagailles pour indiquer yo, oui, ça fait ça là comme un business. Parole ça là, sorti hors président association musicien Dominique McPherson. Marie aussi fait parole d'autres twinnement pour prendre place en septembre l'année là.
C'est business nous voulons faire. Comme ça, tout le monde là qui a fait business, il faut savoir qui genre business et puis musique qu'a fait. Qui rôle en manager ni. Comment manager là ou qu'a payer manager là. Qui en agence de booking qui ça qu'a fait ba. Comment on qu'a payer droit d'auteur copyright vous voulez. Comment ça a fonctionné, qui rôle ça ni pour faire l'argent qu'a fait musique. Donc, l'autre course là, c'est assis là ça, je crois en anglais, the business of music. Comment ça fait qu'à marcher là où qu'a fait musique. Parce que nous pas qu'à inventer en business de musique. Il y a qui a existé déjà. Mais il faut nous savoir comment ça a fonctionné. Quand ça il y a une discussion et puis un producteur, disons, en Angleterre, à Guadeloupe, n'importe où là, où vous et puis moun là, donc pas les mêmes langages là, et puis ils connaissent combien l'argent pour ci, combien l'argent pour ça, et puis qui moun qui a payé, qui moun pour qui ça.
Et puis finalement, le département quarantine qui a créé à ses habitants pour faire production agricole à de bonne manière. Parole ça là, sorti le chef département ça là, M. Ran Ansem.
On ouvrier fait agriculture nous te savent ça quoi qui en anglais smart agriculture là nous te fait bagay là bien nous ka fait drainage nous ka choisi qui qualité plan nous ka planter et toutes ces bagay ça là nous pouvions faire bagay là bien pas qu'on avant ou te s'en planter en pied figue avec en 6 mois ouvrier qui t'a pour régime bagay là vini mauvais en présent et ni maladie ni plus maladie et ni climate change. So, on peut faire des choses différentes, on peut faire des choses adopter new technology, comme on dit en anglais. So, encore, nous les laissons planter, nous avons pas de maladie, Mais ça même c'est bitin climate change c'est chemicals à nous qu'a servi. So si nous travaillons ensemble, nous que agriculteurs nous qu'a profiter avec tout le monde qui tapé on livelihood dans agriculture.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Et un bon week-end. Au revoir.
Could eating a diet based on your blood type O, A, B or AB help you trim down and get healthier? That's the idea behind the blood type diet created by naturopath Peter J. Damamu. Damamu claims that the food you eat reacts chemically with your blood type. If you follow a diet designed for your blood type, your blood will digest food more efficiently. You'll lose weight, have more energy, and help prevent diseases. That's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on our past National Focus newscast on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available now 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS production team, I'm Lourianne Graham Carter. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.